Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 202. The first setup of the day was submitted by Andrew. You got the monitor off to the right. I don't know how usable that is. I understand you want it out of the way so you can use your laptop as your primary screen, but I feel like it's just out of the way. I feel like moving it closer, you still have the room, like move around and all that. And it's just like a very weird setup because it's like the mouse pad seems like it's from like early 2000. A lot of like the area, it just seems like it's an early, like an old setup to say the least. I think that's just messy as hell. What it comes down to is you need to maybe just clean that up and put on I like the Coke glass like bottles and all that, but it's like I feel like you could organize that a little better. It just looks like you just threw all that stuff on. Andrew scored a 64. The next setup of the day was submitted by Brandon. I love the John Stockton jersey too. I kind of wish it was framed, but it's not the end of the world. The setup itself, very clean, like out of sight, out of mind. Great job. I mean, over there, I think those are candles and, controller stand. It's off to the side. It's not in your way of, using your setup. So I think you did a great job there. Mic arms off to the side. Great job. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the monitors are very low. They're way too low. I think some people are saying in chat right now, they're really low. And he's got the perfect amount of room. The only thing is I don't think he can drill anything into the wall. Like you're saying, he can't put anything below head level. So I don't know if he can get like a mount to the wall. Maybe you could get a mount to a desk. Around the whole setup, yeah, it's like empty, below the Rubik's Cube shelving. Maybe adding something there because you have the John Stockton jersey. Maybe because if you're the fan of Utah Jazz, get something like a little canvas poster to go above it. Brandon scored an 84. The next setup of the day was submitted by Brett. They're like maps and all that, and he's got like a theme there. Maps. That's cool. I like the maps. I wish they were kind of framed, but I understand not having them framed. And I love how he has the gaming rack off, or that little rack off to the side to put his PC. If he were to try to put it, on his desk, he would have no room whatsoever. And I feel like that's a great little addition to the setup. It's not, the greatest looking thing ever, but I think he does a great job using it. He said he was gonna add LEDs behind the desk, but he didn't update his photo, so he has the LEDs behind his monitor, which is a nice touch. Maybe adding more LEDs would definitely add more to this setup. I think it's just overall a really great job. Brett scored a 94. The next setup of the day was submitted by Mitchell. In the shelving off to the right, there's the wooden shelving. He's got a bunch of theme going on, but it seems like just a little bit out of place. Yeah, this out of sight of mind is kind of killing me a little bit. I understand you lift and all that, but the whey protein should not be on the desk. You have a bin, maybe get another bin for, next to it, because I feel like it wouldn't mess up with your usability. There's no speakers, so I did take off a point for accessories. Matt always does, so I thought I'd do the same. But, he has a headphone. The headphone stand is on, I think it's on the monitor. Besides having the stuff on the shelf, which you can't really see, there's not a lot to it. There's nothing on the wall from what we can tell. Maybe adding some stuff you like cars, we can obviously tell with the wallpaper. Why don't you show off your cars on a shelving or, poster or a canvas, try to think of something be unique. It's something that we've never seen before. Maybe a big fat head of your favorite car. Mitchell scored a 78. The next setup of the day was submitted by Ariel. There's nothing you can do about the walls because, as you can tell, he's probably in a garage or a basement of some sort. From what we can see, the walls are just not pretty at all, and it kind of adds this grungy look to the setup. Looking at the second photo, shows off his cable management, and there's a little shelving thing that's seen better days. You couldn't close the drawer for the photo. It's whatever. Oh no, I just realized, oh my God. I just realized that desk is warping more than more than a surfboard. I wish you got a new desk, or I don't even know. Just desk is not working. And I understand you don't have a lot of money to work with, but that sucks. Maybe you got just something like curtains to go behind the desk, because I'm pretty sure this desk is not connected to the wall. Maybe you just get something to drape along the back to cover this, area, because it's not the prettiest. Ariel scored a 70. The next setup of the day was submitted by Brian. He's not going to be like, oh, I'm taking this stuff off, because this is what he wants to show. He wants to show how he uses it on a daily basis, and I think that's a bold thing to do. I really do appreciate it, though. This closer up makes it seem very, very crazy. Not to say that this photo isn't crazy, but close up, this is how he's using his setup. A lot of systems, the speakers. I think that's his subwoofer, if I don't say so myself. I think that's a subwoofer. I don't think that's the greatest spot for it, but speakers are there. Going further back, to show off more of the area. The cable management, from what we can see, are those monitor stands down there? Oh, dude, there's a lot going on, above too with theme. Yeah, I love the theme. I love everything going on. I just feel like it's a lot. And some people would be like, oh, I think it's fine. It's adding, to the uniqueness of the setup. I think there's a better way to display all this stuff. I feel like he probably got all this stuff and he just kept adding on top of it and all that. Brian scored an 82. The next setup of the day was submitted by Raymond. It's not the prettiest desk to work with, but he's using what the desk has and all that with the shelving and all that. Off to the right, it's cluttered too. It's there's just a lot going on. Once again, it's another setup where if this stuff was like tucked away or just like hidden with shelving, with storage, it would look way better. It kind of draws away everything that's around the setup, draws away from the actual setup itself, which is not bad. It's like really not that bad. You know, you got straight on. The only thing I would say about usability for the setup is that this thing down here, he did send updated photos this morning, getting rid of the trash can, so that's no longer there. But that PC, I think is in your way. Like, wouldn't it be in your way when you're like you know, put your feet down? Maybe if you have in the middle, then your legs off to the side. Raymond scored a 78. The final setup of the day was submitted by Jost. Like, I don't know what this area to the left is for. It's got like storage, and it has his PC too. So that's probably what he uses for, storage and housing his PC. Yeah, it's very like empty to say the least. It seems like he could add more stuff. You don't have a lot of room on the walls and all that. You have your headphones connected. There's two headphones on the wall, which is cool, but I feel like you could have put them like, you know, just straight on like against the side of the wall and then had more room to put something up there. Is that a sound bar? It's not a sound bar. It's just, it looks like just a shelving, unless it is a sound bar. I think it is a sound bar. You know, overall usability is fine. He's got that cool controller stand that he made. I think that's cool. He's got that tablet. I don't know how usable the tablet is, you know, just sitting there. Joe scored an 86. Brett walked away with first place with a 94. Thank you for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 202.